Hello and welcome to Barefoot Preacher, we'll say. Well, this is the first actual video, I guess, 2025, and so far this has been an interesting year, but it's going well. A lot of people take New Year's resolutions at the beginning of each year, and by now, some people have already ended those resolutions and decided to maybe try again another year. Well, one of the things that we do a lot in winter, at least for me in Iowa, is stay at home and we're inside a lot. So when we're inside, not as busy and kind of looking for things to do, unfortunately, it may lead to items that are not productive. And so that is what today's topic is. So we read in the seventh commandment that you shall not commit adultery. And in Matthew 5, starting at verse 27, Jesus said that even if you look with lust, you have committed adultery in your heart. So this is a problem that everybody needs to be aware of, and especially a problem for guys. And I'm a guy. So just a couple weeks ago, I finished reading this book here, Fight Like a Man, by Emil Zwain, or Easy as he goes by. And that name is much easier to remember. But I got this book as it was highly recommended by several people. Living Waters is a outreach ministry that Easy is part of, but a lot of his co-workers recommended this, and I've had some friends that have recommended it as well. So I thought I'd get it, and took part of November and December to read it, I guess. And yeah, it really lays out what life is and what leading into temptation does. For some guys, it can be very devastating to your family and even your work and your really future if you let sin and the sin of lust especially take a hold of you. So it's something that we need to work on and do everything we can to reduce temptation. So for some, it may mean things like never having your, say, phone or smart device with you when you are at a time when you're alone, and that it may lead to temptation, or really knowing what you're doing of setting against a holy God that has sent his Son to die for us, that all who repent of sin and truly believe in him and trust in him alone for salvation will be saved. That when we sin against God, it's like saying we don't care what he did for us, that his life sacrifice, whatever. I'd rather do my own thing. And that's somewhat what's covered here as well. But for any guy, I would recommend this. Right now, say in winter, it's a good time to be reading, at least up here in Northern Hemisphere. For those of you that, if you're still watching, that have commented from New Zealand that you've said before, well, I know it's summer for you down there, but still, maybe read a book on a beach or something of that sort. And hey, I'd have fun doing that. But this is one book that I definitely recommend that you get a hold of. And one thing that I do in order to kind of keep busy or keep doing things is that in the evenings when I'm laying flat in bed, I will sometimes watch a kind of a gaming platform or, yeah, a website called twitch.tv. It's a social media place that has different people that play games of different sorts. And one of the people that I've been watching for a while goes by the name of Farmer Kurt 95, I believe is his full name. And I've been watching him for a few years, and even this past summer, he was in the area and we met in person. But he recently agreed to take up a challenge of mine to try driving a semi on American Truck Sim with a mouse stick. So part of like what I teach to schools is that I may do things differently with like a pen in my mouth or a mouse stick, but we still get the same things done. So Farmer Kurt will get to experience what it's like to drive with a mouse stick. And considering his driving is quite entertaining normally, I imagine this is going to be a very fun stream. And I plan to be driving with him in another truck. So I would encourage you to watch with us at See the Fun. It is scheduled for January 18, which is a Saturday at 1 p.m. Central Time, which is 2 o'clock Eastern Time. So that's twitch.tv/FarmerKurt95 if you want to watch, and I will put a link down below as well. And I will, if my computer will let me, I will try to record my side as well and then put it on here later. But it should be a fun time, and try to encourage him as well as say of trying new things. I will give one warning though, that sometimes if he's with his friends, some of the language gets to be not the best, and so do like me and can remind them of the third commandment, to not use God's name in vain, because God will not hold anyone guiltless who does so. And he does do pretty well compared to a lot of other gamers out there, so that is partly why I still keep watching him. But you can remind him as well if he gets rather frustrated while using a mouse stick. But I hope to see you there, and I'll give another reminder next week sometime. But that's it for this week's entry of the Barefoot Preacher or the Quad Life. So, see you next time. Until then, bye for now.